We all have to deal with design dilemmas, but if you have a good designer, you can turn those lemons into lemonade, and that's what you guys often end up doing with your clients. You see a problem, and then you flip it around so it's a little bit more intentional. So Stacy's back with us, and we've got lots of pictures of issues and how they were solved.
Right.
So you will get some inspiration from that. We're going to start with beams. If you're doing anything structural, you're going to need a beam. In this space, you can see there are a couple of beams, but they're going to stick out.
Right, so we removed a load-bearing wall, so we needed to put in a structural beam. Rather than have an increased cost of recessing the beam in the joist, we decided to leave it, and we created a coffered ceiling detail instead, so it looks intentional.
Yeah.
So you see the beams going up, and then you see the beams getting paneled out.
Yes.
So that they're looking more like coffered ceiling detail. And then you see in the final picture the coffer ceiling detail. So this actually doesn't even look like it would be beams. It looks like it's part of the design, and we're adding some detail to the space.
It looks so gorgeous. Like, that's beautiful, and it almost looked like you bought the house with the architectural detail already there. In this picture, you see the same thing happening. You added an extra, did you add an extra like bulkhead?
So what happened here is we have a beam on the left side.
Yeah.
On the right side, that's actually a faux beam because we wanted to balance it out. So the structure's on the left side, the faux beam is on the right, but it makes it look intentional.
Right. Okay, so we have another problem here in this space. We'll show the next picture now, and this is about the windows in the space.
This is actually about a pesky bulkhead. So this is a condo.
Oh, it's a bulkhead, okay.
Exactly. We have that bulkhead running along the left side. There's nothing we can do about it because it is in a condo, so we can't relocate that.
Okay.
So we aren't able to relocate it, so rather than make it feel like it is sort of this design dilemma, we've added paneling to it, and we've added paneling to the wall. So we've actually continued the paneling right up onto the bulkhead and then crown molding as well. So it really becomes part of the design feature in this space, and it becomes integrated, so it doesn't feel like it's this pesky bulkhead.
Got it. Okay. In this one, I imagine that the issue here are the windows. Everything looks very low.
Low, exactly. So this mudroom has a nice high ceiling, but because the window is so low, it almost feels like it's disproportionate. It's too low in the room. So if you go to the next page, we've actually kept the window in the same place. We haven't raised it, but we've put a panel above it so that it ties into the height of the new cabinetry. So now it feels intentional, and it's giving that window the feeling of being higher.
Okay, we need that a lot, I think, with doors and windows that just come up a little bit short.
Exactly.
There's so many ways to make it look lengthened. Sometimes that's just with the window treatment.
For sure.
Sometimes that's with a panel. Let's take a look at this next shot here. We've got beautiful doors at the back. What's the issue here?
So the issue is, again, the doors are looking a little bit short because the ceiling is a nice high ceiling. The other thing is the paint color being darker, it actually really emphasizes the fact that the doors are shorter.
Yeah.
So rather than have a dark paint color, I would recommend a lighter paint color. But in this case, we've actually also added paneling above, so it ties in with the cabinetry, and it gives that feeling of a continuous flow throughout the room. So the windows and doors now don't feel as low.
We often talk about if you want things to disappear, you paint everything out.
Right.
So you paint out the trim, you paint out everything so that it's the same color as the wall, so that it doesn't look like you're just cut.
Right.
It's almost like wearing an ankle strap when you don't want your foot cut. Like you don't want your leg cut
short.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't go with an ankle strap, right?
Exactly.
So now we have some layouts that we want to show you, and these are bathroom layouts. What is the issue here?
So here we wanted to create a better flow for the bathroom. The existing space has a large closet and a bathroom, and the clients wanted to use this whole space as a bathroom.
Okay.
The toilet, though, can be problematic because you really have to be careful when you're relocating the plumbing stack. If you move it across a joist, you have to create a bulkhead below in the floor below this. So rather than doing that, we've just rotated the toilet within the joist system, and we're able to create a much better layout for the bathroom. And the toilet itself is still in the same general location between the joists. So we're not creating any bulkhead below in order to move the toilet.
Okay, that's why these people go to design school, you see. They can come out and fix things that are going to feel like a lifelong problem. Thank you so much for those solutions, Stacey.